Doncic in the best shape of his NBA career? We are talking about Luka here on today's Lakers Report by Chat Sports. Welcome into the show. Jeffrey Cooperstein here with you guys. And there was an article that came out about Luka over the weekend from Men's Health, and Luka was on the cover of it, showing off his body transformation. And to be honest, when you look at the cover, he does look like he is in fantastic shape. Like, this is the most in shape that Luka has looked in his 7-year NBA career heading into year 8. Could that be the difference between the Lakers contending for the 2026 NBA title and going out in the first round like they did last year? It can only help the Los Angeles Lakers. And I will say this, though, about Luka. As someone who has watched every single game of his career, I think there are two things that can be true. We have seen this before from Luka during the offseason, where he gets into shape and gets into basketball playing shape and looks really good. And then once he gets into the season, he starts to, kind of look like he was not in as good of shape as he was when he first came into training camp. So that has definitely happened before. But I will say that this time feels different because I feel like he was motivated to prove the doubters wrong after the trade, after the 2024 NBA Finals, where he didn't perform at his best and he looked like he was a little injured and a little exhausted from the grueling NBA season that he played. So I do think the Lakers are getting a very motivated Luka heading into this season. And Dan Woike had this to say on Luka and his body transformation, where he said some sources in Doncic's inner circle believed he was on the path toward this kind of physical transformation, whether or not Dallas general manager Nico Harrison had bet against him. Dončić and his management team began working with his trainers in 2023, and 1 year later, he helped carry the Mavericks to the NBA Finals. And in that season that they referenced, the 23-24 season where Dončić carried the Mavs to the NBA Finals, he played the most minutes out of anybody in the NBA regular season and playoffs in 23 and 24, and that includes 100 total games played because he played in EuroBasket with Slovenia starting late August of 2023 to the end of the finals in June 2024. He played in 100 total games. And if you're playing in 100 games over that short of a span, to put it simply, you are not out of shape. Could Luka have been in better shape and been in peak physical condition? Absolutely. The difference is I think once now that he's really taking it seriously, it feels like this is going to be a sustainable thing for Luka. It feels like the Lakers have put the proper structure around him in order to keep his body in shape. And I think there's a real chance that a motivated Luka can win 25-26 NBA MVP this season. He's already put up MVP numbers in multiple years in his career, and he's finished as high as second or maybe third, I believe. I can't remember, but he's definitely finished in the top 5 multiple times, has 5 All-NBA first teams. I think this is the year that he can put it all together and win NBA MVP. And when you look at the odds, Luka is third currently right now, and I think you're getting pretty damn good value at plus 700 with Luka there. You have SGA and Jokic as your two favorites, of course. You have Luka at plus 700, followed by Giannis and Wemby. And I really believe that Luka can put it all together this season for the purple and gold. I think the Lakers could have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, and if they do that, it's because Dončić had a healthy, prosperous season here for the Lakers in his first full season in LA. What say you guys, though? Will Luka Doncic win 2025-26 NBA MVP? If you think he's going to do it, type Y for yes. If you think he will not, type N for no. And if you say no, let me know who you think will win it down there in the comment section. While you're getting your votes in, please be sure to go help out our channel today with our friends at Fanatics. When you go to chatsports.com/LA Strong, we have this dope t-shirt available for you guys. It's a black t-shirt with LA Strong across the front. You got the Lakers logo on there as well. Originally, these were on sale for $34, but now you can find them for just $20. When you use that link, chatsports.com/LA Strong, you're helping the channel as well because we get a part of the proceeds from each sale. So go get yourself a Lakers shirt right now. Get geared up for the 25-26 NBA season at chatsports.com/LA Strong. That link will be in the comments and description of today's show. Of course, we appreciate Fanatics for sponsoring this episode of the Lakers Report. All right, so the latest surrounding Luka after the Men's Health article is that he is currently back in the U.S. after his long trip over in Europe, and he is participating in the Jordan Brand Tour, where he's traveling the country promoting his signature shoe line. It's in New York and LA and Chicago. And so he'll be spending about the next week or so here in the States before he heads back to Slovenia on around August 4th for his EuroBasket 2025 preparations, where he is going to play with Slovenia. By the way, Nikola Jokic officially committed to Serbia and Giannis officially committed to Greece. So you're going to have basically the three best players in the world all playing in this tournament. It's going to be a pretty cool tournament, and I recommend you guys check it out, and you'll be able to see Luka playing. And here is the schedule so far. They have a lot of exhibition games. I believe 6 exhibition games. I don't expect Luka to play in all 6 of those. But then their group stage games, they're playing against Poland. They're playing against France, which is probably the favorite to win the whole tournament, as they were the silver medalists against the United States last year in the Olympics. Then they play Belgium, Iceland, and Israel as well. So Slovenia should be able to get to the knockout round with relative ease. And I think that Luka is going to have a really good preseason because he'll be in basketball shape, already playing competitive hoops with Slovenia. Now, as a reminder, Luka is eligible for that extension here on August 2nd. Now, he's expected to be back in Europe on August 4th in this Jordan Brand Tour, and somewhere right before he's expected back in Europe. So will he sign that extension the day that he is eligible? All signs indicate that he probably will end up signing the extension before he heads over to Europe. And it does feel like he's not going to sign the 4-year contract, which would have been around $230 million, but he's going to sign the 3-year deal at right around $165 million. So I really think that Luka and the Lakers are in a good spot right now as far as their relationship goes. And around a month ago, there were some rumors that it was a little rocky, and there were rumors that it wasn't a guarantee Luka is going to sign an extension, and now it feels like that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. It's just a matter of what the actual details of this deal look like between Luka and Los Angeles. So be on the lookout for that here in the next couple of days and weeks. The Luka Doncic extension is coming. I also wanted to take a look at where the Lakers kind of stack up in the Western Conference, especially if Luka is going to be in shape like we think he is, and he's going to be a very motivated player here this season. Right now, I think these are my 3 playoff locks, and the teams that I see are the 3 best teams in the Western Conference. I have the Oklahoma City Thunder, Denver Nuggets, and Houston Rockets as your top 3 teams. OKC, obviously the defending champion. The Denver Nuggets have the best player in the world, and they made a fantastic trade for Cam Johnson, making them one of the most formidable teams in the West. And then Houston with the trade for Kevin Durant and the signing of our guy Dorian Finney-Smith, who departed the Lakers and headed to Houston. I think those are your 3 best teams. And then I have the Lakers in this next tier, in the will be competitive tier. And these aren't in any order, so just want to get that out there. But the likes of Minnesota, Golden State, the Clippers, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, and the Spurs, I think all of these are in that same tier, and they'll be fighting for the 4th, 5th, 6th seed here in the West to try to forego the NBA play-in, because the last thing you want is to play in that play-in. You want the full week off. You want to be locked into a playoff position. And I think the Lakers are absolutely in a fantastic position to do that with the addition of DeAndre Ayton, with Luka locked up and in shape, and a couple other moves that the Lakers have made as well. I think they're really positioned well. And then you have the outside looking in with the Kings, the Suns, and the New Orleans Pelicans. I think all 3 of these teams are going to be basically a joke, and they're going to be competing for the services of the likes of Darren Peterson and AJ Debantza, who will be your top picks in the 2026 NBA draft. But I do know this, though. The Lakers have their work cut out for them. We all know how hard this Western Conference is going to be. As I showed you, that tier of 7 teams outside of those playoff locks are they're all pretty damn good teams, and there is no night off in the Western Conference. Like, if the Lakers were in the East, I think they absolutely could be competing for the number 1 seed, but they are in the West, and the West is far more competitive than the East, and there are no nights off in this conference. So JJ Redick better have the boys ready to play on any given night, because you can pretty much get beat on any given night if you aren't ready to go from tip-off. So they have their work cut out for them, but I think they are primed for a pretty damn good season here in the coming months. All right, let me know what you guys think. Our final question here on today's show: what seed will the Lakers get in the West this year? Do you think they could be a top 3 seed? Will they be 4 through 6? Do you think they'll end up in the NBA play-in? Let me know what seed you think the Lakers are going to get in the Western Conference after 82 games. That will do it for today's show, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. As always, hit that subscribe button. We've got you covered with all of the latest Lakers news and rumors.